Hello, it's Icy. I'm back again with more construction techniques for the Homestead update for the Elder Scrolls Online. So previously I have talked about how you could use wooden planks to make platforms for split levels, and better, though considerably more expensive, using the large bolted painting backs to make effective platforms for split levels, mezzanine, middle floors. Now, of course, if you're doing that, you need steps to get up to those levels. So, voila! I have some options. Now, these range from the standard to the slightly more expensive. We're going to start here with these blocks. Okay, so these are the rough blocks. Now you can get these in light stone and dark stone. These cost 100 gold, in-game gold each. They are available from various vendors, though not every single vendor. Now, people often use, to make stairs internally, these rough blocks stone slabs and sort of stack these up like steps. Now they are skinnier, but as you can see, they're quite rough in the name. And they don't actually make as nice as steps as these ones. Now, it looks quite nice to have them overlapped like this. It's got a bit of structural support. And I like going dark light, dark light, dark light, and you get a very effective pattern going up. Now, my problem with these, which is what I did initially and then went looking for something better, is that if you've got a tan coloured house, a Khajiit house, these blocks don't match because of course they are in grey and light grey. So here are some other options of what you can do. Now, there are a number of storage crates available for purchase in the world for 100 gold each, or they're also in the crown store, but really don't use your crowns for this. And as you can see, laying these out gives you some fairly effective stairs. Now, you pretty much have to jump up all these fake stairs because I'm pretty sure that these real stairs actually have like an invisible platform sort of underneath, and the stairs is just a texture that goes on top, where of course these are an actual, thing you have to go up. But still, you can use it to jump to the top and it looks pretty, which is all that's important. Okay, so let's have a look at what we've got here. Now, these are, let's see. Now, something that's missing in this game, which would be fantastic, is when you select an object, at some point on the screen it should tell you the name of the object you've selected. I'm just going to put that away because these are, so as you can see, you've got a grayer weathered wood and a warmer brown wood. Now these are both standard crates, and I will tell you in a second what they are. You've got these wider crates here. The advantage of the crates is it does actually look, you can see on this one, the side profile. It's quite nice actually, and it sort of looks like possibly that is something that you could construct steps out of and looks legit as opposed to just munged together. So you've got these also pale coloured boxes, but I'll just pop one away so we can see what they are. Smaller, not quite as wide. These actually would make really nice platform steps, I actually think. I like those very much. And of course these are big enough that if you wanted you could join them together to make a platform. The disadvantage of all of these techniques is of course you are pushing up your item count. So it depends on the size of your house whether this is worthwhile or not. Please, Elder Scrolls developers, please give us some stair sections. Please, please, please give us some prefab stair sections we can drop in. That would be outstanding. Thank you so much. And out of all of the boxes, I think that these are very nice. I like these ones, but I quite like these in that you can get a really nice looking edge, like a really nice looking step edge going up there as well. And that top box is, whoop, I managed to jump over the whole thing, big enough to make an effective platform. where you get to the top of the stairs, or a platform where you turn the corner and then go back up again. Let's put away one of the oops, to see what they are. Okay, so there are all the boxes. This one too, which is, these are an open version of the box, so you notice there's no finishing line across the bottom. These are not better than these ones, but they are slightly, so they're a good size in between here and here, size wise. Alright, let's pop that one away as well. Okay, so these are all categorized under workshop, under cargo. Alright, so we have, that's the common crate sealed. So that's the very neat one. So that's a green level. So you would need to, you don't want to be spending gold on the crowns on these. You would need to be finding the recipe for these particular ones in game and then actually building them. All of the other white level ones are pretty much available in game. Okay, so here's your rough box slatted. That's one of them. You've got your rough crate. Not the cracked one. You'll notice there's a gap missing here. Don't buy that one. Okay, so you've got the rough crate dry, which is your paler version, and you've got your rough crate sturdy. This is your darker version. So both of these I think are perfect to buy for in-game gold straight from vendors to make your first go at making steps. And then once you've got that, if you want to stick with the box version, then look for these common crates and the sealed ones, or I mean you can get the open ones as well. You just have to turn upside down. The sealed looks nicer, pretty much. So they're the boxes. Now your other option are shelves, wall shelves. And as you can see, we've got quite a lot of options here. Now some of these are turned upside down, some of them are not. Let's have a look. Alright, so this one I think is possibly the most successful to look like real steps. These are the Breton long shelves. They're fairly plain. They're in that warmer wood colour. If you wanted the cooler wood colour, you'd go for the imperial shelves. Assuming you could find the pattern. Possibly not. I'm not sure that imperial patterns exist in the world, so they might be Crown Store exclusives only. So if you stacked them close enough, you could possibly walk up without getting caught on them. The bars actually very effectively stack together there, and so you sort of looks like it's real. I think these would also work just as well if you turned them the right way around as opposed to upside down the way I have them. So I think they're a definite winner. Now these are actually not shelves, these are, let's just put one away and get it out again. These are all of course under the library category. It's the Common Book Rest Practical, turned upside down. Now, I don't know why, but I have seen a lot of these for sale in guild stalls. I have not seen the recipe. I don't know, this might be one of those things that just drops in the world. They're not yet cheap enough to make it worthwhile buying, but because there are quite so many available, I suspect the price will come down. And you'll note also, if you can place these neatly, you get quite a nice effect. They look like real stairs again, which is always good and probably what you really want to go for. Alright, moving on. These are the Dark Elf shelves. These are upside down? Are these upside down? These, I can't remember if these are upside down or not, but I think they're obviously they're turned around. These are good because you've got that lovely gold strip, which is on the outside. They look nice. The side profile looks fairly legit, you know, structurally sound, shall we say. I think these would be an excellent. I might add, all of these are green level recipes. I haven't gone for any of the purple or blue level recipes, so all of these would use the least amount of mats. There are no white level shelves, so this is the High Elf shelf. This is the narrow one. There is also a wider one as well. Now you would need to use this upside down because you'll note you've got this little point for decoration in the middle of the shelf. You're not going to be tripping over that as you're walking up the shelves. These are probably the least successful out of all the looks. I mean, you could certainly have it like this and have it higher up as a step, but then you're really awkwardly jumping most of the time. So I think just from the sheer design of the shelf, yeah, it's not the one that's going to really work particularly well. Alright, let's come over here. Now this is an absolute option. This is the plain, let's just bring this up so you can see. This is the plain Nord shelf. The Nord short shelf, I believe there's a long one as well. Now, you can, this is a decent thickness of wood, so you don't even need to worry about the actual little legs. You can just stack these however you need to stack them. It's great because if you're trying to do a design that either spins around in a circle, so you're kind of going for the curving stairs to keep it within a short amount of time, or you're going up and turning a corner, these would work really well because in the second example you need a landing to stop, be flat, turn the corner, or if you're going around a spiral staircase you need something that's flat and can actually sort of spiral quite well. So if we turn this, I mean, you can see that that is actually going to work particularly well as a spiral. So I would go for the Nord shelves if you're looking, actually possibly the Nord shelves will give you the most flexibility if you're not looking for a particular style. So they're great. Alright, this is the Redguard sturdy shelf. This is turned, I've got two examples here. This one is upside down, and looking at the side profile you can see that these lines all mold together to give a really nice supporting effect. This is very pretty this way around because obviously you can see the really nice stars. So I would absolutely use this, and you've got a lovely sort of actual wood as well as shown. This is the same shelf but the right way up, so you've still got a fairly strong sort of supporting structure, which is absolutely fine. I do think it's more effective upside down actually. I think upside down it's just looking schmick, looks really stair-like there, but with, you know, a degree of fanciness. So, as opposed to the Nord ones, which are eminently practical, but very plain. And finally, these are the Orcish Shelves, which are both available in long and short. You've also got that slightly cooler wood colour, so if you had a house filled with imperial furniture, or of course Orcish, these might work better for you. But, as you can see, you've got that lovely strong supporting line running up there as well. These are great. I really like these. I guess the only downside is maybe if that metal lip was across the front, like the back of the shelf, so the front of the stair, that would look much more effective. So, I hope that some of those might give you some ideas about ways to do stairs that are not limited to the stone blocks. So look at the crates, you've got some good options. Look for the shelves, it's worthwhile. Certainly green recipes are coming down in price. The Orcish recipes are reasonably cheap. It seems that Orcish is not one of the most popular. Nordic as well is not super popular necessarily. There's so much Breton furniture that I'm pretty, you know, it's worthwhile looking for both the narrow and the sort of the short and the long single shelves for the Breton, because I think that they will give you a lot of flexibility in what you do. So let me know below, do you have any other ideas about making stairs inside your houses to get to different levels? Are you going to try any of these ideas? Please do give us a thumbs up if you liked this video. Thank you. Please do subscribe. That's amazing. So many people have subscribed. Thank you. It's awesome. And thank you for watching, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.